Well, I feel like tonight we just kept going to work in the batter's box. I thought offensively we did a tremendous job, just putting pressure on their pitchers. We ran the bases well. So I felt like that part of our game was very good, very clean. Obviously, pitching-wise, I didn't feel like it was our best night, but sometimes you don't have your best night and you got to figure out a way to win. And they were able to, it's a team sport for a reason. They were able to figure out a way to win. But I felt like our offense was really the reason why tonight went the way it went.
And that being said, is you scored two, you have a chance to get a big hit in the first, put them out, then you don't score for two. And you've talked before about that second time through, whatever, it looked like it was completely different.
Yeah.
After it was, suddenly it was 2-1, then all of a sudden it was 8-1.
Yeah, I agree. There was probably 2 innings that I went to Coach Hargan. I'm like, we kind of let that go. But overall, I mean, when you score, we scored 12, how many hits we have? 14. I'm not really going to complain a whole lot, But yes, I think that we had a couple of opportunities, but at the end of the day, I thought offensively we just did a heck of a job.
Yeah, I wasn't saying. I was just saying it exploded. And
absolutely. And then
because it was a close game, but then suddenly it wasn't.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
It was like, once again, as you talked before, really you look top to bottom, because nobody, I mean, you could say Perez again, but even you have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what?
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah, Grayson had a really nice hit tonight. KK had a really nice hit. Allie Enright. I mean, kind of our whole entire lineup. Everybody got a hit.
Yeah.
So of our starters. So yeah, it was a good night, top to bottom, like you were saying, Cease. Yeah.
What positives have you seen from Grayson? Like, what mechanics do you think you can work on with her going forward?
Yeah, we're not really in mechanics right now, just because we're in season. But really, didn't you guys feel like her swings were way more aggressive? That's really what, that's just a mindset. So, like, seeing her pitch and then getting after it. And I was talking to Matt Simon before the game of just getting those A swings off. I felt like Grayson, there's been a couple of them, but since we're talking about her, just hasn't gotten her A swing off. And sometimes it's because she's taking strike 1, strike 2, and then you're kind of down. So I thought she was more of the aggressor tonight, and then, took her A swing. She has a good swing. She's just got to, swing.
Coach, back to the explosiveness of the offense. You guys have scored 31 runs in the past 3 games. Is there anything you guys have been doing specific to prepare for this game?
No, because we haven't even practiced, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's really just been keeping it simple, getting good pitches, and then, you want to hit early in the count. You don't want to always be in that 0-2, 1-2. I mean, we know that, right? Averages will tell you that when you're in a 2-strike count, your batting average isn't great. So being aggressive early in the count, understanding what the pitcher's going to throw, what is their out pitch, what is their pitch when they need strikes, and then making sure that you're hunting that pitch. There's a difference between getting out in the batter's box and hunting pitches and getting in the batter's box and hoping to touch a ball. So mentally, that's really been the difference.
There was a word with lesson teen in the 6th inning. I think the bases were loaded. What did you kind of tell her there, and how did it help with her confidence getting out of the inning?
Confidence. I don't think it helped her confidence. I think I went out there and I told her, like, quit farting around. Like, throw strikes. Like, we're consistently having troubles with the 8 and 9 hole kids, and we're up by 5 runs or 6 runs or whatever. Like, what are we freaking out about? Let's make adjustments, quit being emotional, go out there and execute your pitches. Pitchers cannot be emotionals. They have to be able to go out there no matter the circumstances and be in the moment in that pitch. And I felt like tonight we just couldn't we were either way off the plate or way on the plate. You know what I mean? So you have to be able to live in that fine area.
Since we're not going to talk to you until you play it this weekend, Loyola Marymount, obviously you want to win the games, but what are you looking for other than the wins? What do you want to see happen before you go 4 games before you go back and you go on the road?
Yeah, I think for me it's going to be the continuation of hunting early in the count for the pitch that we're looking for, getting our A swings off, playing clean defense. I feel like we could our feet are getting a little stagnant, let's say, defensively, so I'd like that to improve. And then pitching has been really good, but I'm going to go back to the drawing board and get a couple bullpens in and try to see what that looks like.
As I hop around because my mind is old, what about the fact is I think you only struck out 4 times last night, in better competition night only 3 times with all those at-bats. and you talked about that against Alabama. So have you seen difference on the pitches you're swinging at, so you're not striking?
Yeah, I think, and I need to look at the percentages, but I think we're hunting earlier in the counts. And obviously, when you have better pitching, or pitching of a different level, I should say, that becomes a little bit more difficult. But we know this, like pitchers are trying to get ahead, work ahead. We did not so much today, but that's what you're trying to do in order for you to put them away in those 2 strike counts. So I felt like our offense has done just a better job of that, of just hunting pitches. And even when you're playing SEC games, you should still be hunting pitches. And so it's that mindset that I think has helped.
What's the message? Excuse me. What's the message going to be to the 12th man with the games this weekend?
Oh, come out, like get loud. They've been electric. I think we've heard a lot from visiting teams of like, wow, your place is fun to play at. Like there's electricity there. There's excitement. There's a lot of butts in the stand. So come out, root hard, and let's get those bubble machines going. Yeah.
Awesome, thanks.
All right.
Coach.
Thanks, you guys.